Hello, thank you very much for watching. It's been a long time since the Magical Mystery Tour review, and these next few shouldn't take longer because I'm going to kind of do these in blocks at a time, so then I could just edit them and put them up when I need to. But thank you all for watching. I'm glad you're all still watching, who's ever hanging in there with me. I really appreciate it. What are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about BBC. We're going to talk about the BBC now. And remember last year we had Live at the BBC was digitally remastered, the version that came out in 1994, and plus they released Volume 2 on air, Live at the BBC Volume 2. Both of these here. This is the new digital remaster of Live at the BBC. This is on air Live at the BBC Volume 2. I'm just going to say right off the bat, both of them highly recommended if you are a Beatle fan, Beatlemaniac, a Beatard, whatever you want to call yourself. Both of these are highly recommended. Great education into them, into their musical history. And in fact, what I love about these things is that there's no good recordings of them in Germany and at the Cavern. And this is them in the raw, basically. Now, Live at the BBC originally came out in 1994. This is my original 1994 copy that I got for Christmas of 94. It's got a lot of wear on the jewel case. George Martin was responsible for putting this one together. It was really good. This was exciting. In the height of the grunge phase, and myself being a Pearl Jam fanatic at the time, this went right alongside with my copy of Vitology. This did not seem out of place at the time. I don't know if you remember, but back then when this thing came out, it kind of dropped on Beatle fans with no warning. Nothing whatsoever. I just remember reading a review in the Chicago Sun-Times by critic Jim DeRogatis, where he gave it 3.5 stars. That in talking about, I was like, whoa, I heard about this thing supposed to be coming out in the 80s, and now this thing is finally coming out, and the stores didn't order enough copies, and their warehouses didn't order enough copies. So I asked for it for Christmas, so I wasn't even going to attempt to buy it. And I got it for Christmas because my lovely mom knew about it, and she got it for me. So this is the one that she got me. And I still keep these things even though I rebuy them. This was a blockbuster, and this was a nice overture, a nice prelude to the anthology stuff that was going to be coming out in the fall of '95. Now, the digital remaster of BBC, you're going to say, what could you digitally remaster? In fact, I'm going to tell you right now, if you own the 94 edition and you're skeptical about getting this one, you need to get this one. It's basically a different release altogether. They made some changes to it. Plus, the cover art. I love the double fold out here that's got the BBC building. The same thing is in color on air, but they made some changes to this thing. The biggest surprise for me on this one, and I'm going to play a bit of this right now, so copyright gremlins, please don't get on me, okay? Give me a break. I'm going to play the opening of the original BBC sessions, and I'm going to play the opening of this one. So, this is the 1994 BBC opening, if you've heard this.
I'm Ringo and I play the drums.
I'm Paul and I play the bass.
I'm George and I play a guitar.
You gotta love these guys. You gotta love them.
I'm John and I too play a guitar. Sometimes I play the fool.
Before we hear another song, fellas,
That's the 1994 opening of the CD. A nice surprise for the 2013 remaster happened.
I'm Ringo and I play the drums.
Well, I'm Paul and I play the bass.
I'm George and I play a guitar. I'm John and I too play a guitar. Sometimes I play the fool.
It's the Beatles!
Before we hear another song, fellas.
And if you notice there wasn't a crossfade. There was no crossfade on there. Having that BBC voice come in and go, "It's the Beatles!" And it leads me to believe that they took the second version that was done for the show and used that as the intro. But they added a bookend with "From Us to You" ending the CD as well, with the BBC announcer coming on, Alan Freeman announcing the Beatles, whatever he says, BBC production, but the CD ends that way too. The CD didn't end that way, it just ended with "Love Me Do," fade out. So that was a nice touch. I'm glad they did that. The first CD had a lot of crossfades. In fact, the entire album is crossfaded, which I liked. They kind of took away a lot of the crossfades on this one, but that's no biggie. Now, On Air is awesome as well. Now, some people had nitpicked about this to death already. How many more versions of Hippie Hippie Shake do we need? Come on, people. It's the Beatles, man. What I do love on here is that they have a version of "Do You Want to Know a Secret" that is taken... Listen... Do you want to know a secret? Really fast, up-tempo version of "Do You Want to Know a Secret," which shocked me. But yes, there's a version of "Glad All Over" on here, which is on the first BBC sessions, that I prefer on this one because Harrison adds a nice little "Ooh, mercy" in the vocal. Now, of course, John doing Chuck Berry's "I'm Talking About You." That is to die for. Plus, there's 4 bonus interviews on here. John and George from 65, Paul and Ringo in early 66. People in America knew them as the Lovable Mop Tops at the time. So these are nice, really introspective interviews, in-depth interviews with them. So you really get to see their personalities in these interviews. So, yes, get On Air live at the BBC Volume 2. Sound quality is excellent. Yes, some of the songs are repeats, but they're not the same performances. They are different performances. And plus, as a nice little touch, they got the "Happy Birthday Dear Saturday Club" song in here that the Beatles did. If you've ever heard that on the bootlegs, it's a nice treat. I really enjoy this. I enjoy the 1994 BBC sessions. These are things to pick up if you are Beatle maniacs, if you are Beatards. And you can't go wrong with any Beatles stuff that you buy. As you know, as Beatle fans, we rebuy it and we rebuy it and we rebuy it. And I'll continue to rebuy it and rebuy it and rebuy it. So, yes, On Air, live at the BBC, Volume 2, get, and the digital remaster of Live at the BBC, the original one. Get them both. They work great. That's why I love these. These are great recordings because we're never going to get decent recordings of Germany and the Cavern. Get them both. And I'll see you on the next one. I will be doing something a bit different. I'm going to start another section of the blog that's going to be talking about controversial Beatle topics. Things that fans debate all the time. And I'll be providing my opinions on some things and creating some discussion. So hope you enjoy that and hope you stick around for some of that. Thank you very much. See you on the next one.